What is up, For Honor brothers and sisters? And we've all seen it. We've all seen it in the chat. You've seen the spams of wow. We've seen good fight in a sarcastic manner. We've seen people in the chat when, if you're on PC, you see people typing all kinds of craziness to you, and you're like, what the heck is going on? This is the world of For Honor, man. This is the world of For Honor. And I want to talk to you about that. This video is to ask you to really take a step back when you were playing. Ask yourself, was it just a bad play, or is this a bad player? Very important. You might be wondering how you can tell the difference sometimes, right? So to help figure it out, just consider the reasons why you play the game. So I know I solo queue a lot. Whether you solo queue, whether you're with friends, you're streaming, if you're just playing for fashion, chill gaming, competitive, casual, unique fighting game, whatever your reasons are. And with that being known, we also know that most of us don't always jump on For Honor and play our main and just go in and look to seek and destroy. There are a lot of factors at play. People may be trying to rep up a new hero, and it could be one they haven't touched in months or years. I know I will regularly not touch a hero forever, and then I'll finally play him, and I'll be struggling. And I have people, oh, what a waste of a rep 29 whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like, seriously? Necessary? No. Because it takes a few matches just to get it going, or maybe one long breach match if you choose to play breach. But it does take a few matches for you kind of to get your rhythm, And For Honor matchmaking doesn't take that into account. And we'll talk about matchmaking here in a little bit. That's important for you to know. And remember, you guys, trying a new hero comes with its own issues. No matter how good you are, you have to learn different timings, what you can and can't dodge out of, different punishes, and things you can do to help your teammates out, etc. So keep in mind, you never know if someone is trying a new game mode, and they just might not quite understand how it works. They don't understand how renown, you get to a certain renown level and then it's unlocking your tier 4, and when you should use that tier 4 and how you should use that tier 4 and how you can help a shaman with bleed as a Nobu so that way she can get her pounce. They might not understand all the intricacies of it. So I think patience is needed from us experienced players, and for you new players, if somebody's going off on you, you don't need to always take it personal either. You don't need to just go ahead and leave the game, because you don't know what that experienced person has been through a lot, all right?
Oh, you know nothing of my pain.
We've been through a lot of trauma. There's a lot of For Honor trauma we've been through, whether it's the devs and what they've done to this game or some other reason. It's been a lot of trauma, all right? And we're not meaning to take it out on you, but you just got to understand us, just like I want us as experienced players to understand you. So getting back to matchmaking, I think one of the things a lot of people complain about in For Honor is like, how do I always end up being the best person on my team? How do I always end up with people that don't seem like they know how to play? You just got to understand how the matchmaking works, and we just got to deal with what we get. All right. So here's how matchmaking works. When you hit that player versus player, let's say on Dominion, you hit that button and now you want to play player versus player on Dom. The game searches to match you with similarly skilled players based on renown and MMR, and also your location. So it's choosing the people located close to you and are connecting to the same kind of data center. If you're playing in a group with friends, the group will be connected to the same data center. And that data center is decided by the location of the group's majority, or in the case of an even split, the location of the group's leader. If a player leaves a match, they'll receive a penalty with a 10-minute ban, lose their match rewards and hero progression, which you guys should never do. Do not leave the match. You're not getting XP when you do that. Remember that. Now, when you're talking about MMR, so that's your matchmaking rating, there's several things that affect your MMR, and that's winning or losing a match, skill differences between teams during a match, exiting a ranked match early, inactivity during a match. So those are factors that affect your MMR. Now, is it the best system? Doesn't seem like it all the time. I'll tell you that from experience. But understand what you're working with so you can better deal with your circumstances. My point being with all of this, it's a lot to consider before you just yell at the screen and say, what the heck are you doing? Or spam sorry or sarcastic good fight. People are good for that. Good fight, when you know it wasn't a good fight. Or people go wow needlessly. So I'll admit, I have been on both ends of this. I have done it. Look, we're all guilty. Don't act like you're not. Whether it's feeding revenge shamelessly or being screwed out of an execution when you're low health, it happens. It happens, y'all. So try and think about this before going off in the chat, and instead try to help your teammates using the chat effectively instead of maybe distancing yourself from them, because they may not understand the game as well as you do. But on the flip side, I'm not telling you to take it all in stride, all right? Because you can tell when someone is just being a jerk about things or if they just a bad player. So this is what we're talking about, the bad player. One way you can tell is the consistency in which they do those annoying things that tick you off, like feed revenge when the opponent is low health and you have more than half a health bar. You got to trust the teammate to get the job done at that point. Don't feed revenge. New people, don't feed revenge. Let the player take care of business, all right? And even if you try and correct them by using chat and they just keep doing things like interrupting your punish or not helping you, like if you're a teammate, let's say you're on a point, you're getting 2v1, you get revenge. You're like, okay, revenge is for stalling. So hopefully a teammate will come help me out. You see a teammate, he actually respawns, and then he goes running towards the opposite end of the map. Instead of coming back to the point that you're holding, and you actually would have a chance to win it if they would just actually come to the point. Those are the type of things that are annoying. Those are the type of things that a player really needs to improve on. And some of those players just don't want to listen or learn in that particular match. They have another agenda outside of the team. And one of those agendas is sometimes orders. Some people are like, oh, I see this. It looks like this point, so I'm just going to go over here and kill some minions so I can get my 400 or my 600 so that way I actually get my order done. It happens, man. And you'll just have to fight through it outside of that. But don't quit the game. Remember, you will be able to get that precious XP at the end. That's what it's about, y'all. Getting that precious XP. So it can be frustrating at times. Get that XP though, y'all. Finish the game. At least you got that XP instead of leaving the game and getting nothing for your time or your frustration. And we know not all games are like this. We do get great games. There are tons of great players that are out there, but there's other people as well. And we just got to learn to work with each other and hopefully improve each other so we can understand each other. And thank you guys for watching this video. There are many videos you could be tuned into, and you stop by to check this one out. I hope this little Piranha therapy session will help you come to grips with any rage you may get while playing this game, and realize while most times it's not warranted, sometimes it is, and that's okay. So if you take one thing away from this, just remember this.
I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.